Hello, everyone! Today, we will dive into the fascinating world of antiquity and learn where we, you, and I actually came from. Get ready, it's going to be interesting. So, we will be talking about the origin of man and how history is measured at all when the count is in millions of years. Yes, you heard right. Our ancient world began as far back as 3 million years ago. Try to imagine that many zeros. It makes your head spin. It is clear that this entire flood of time cannot be studied in one sitting. It's like trying to eat a whole mammoth. It won't work. That's why history had to be sliced into pieces. Back in ancient Rome, a very clever historian named Titus Lucretius Carus proposed a brilliant idea: to divide temporal epochs by the materials people used to make their tools. Thus, the Stone, Bronze, and Iron Ages appeared. And believe it or not, this system still works today. Lucretius Carus apparently had supervision and could look into the future. Today we use a slightly more detailed slicing: Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Eneolithic, and the Bronze Age, followed by the Iron Age. Why this particular way? It's simple. For ancient people, tools were everything. How we ate, where we slept, who we escaped from. For example, a hungry saber-toothed tiger or a sudden rain that ruined our hairstyle. Everything depended on what we had at our disposal. Therefore, it's logical that the epochs are named after the gadgets of that time. Let's figure out these tricky names. Paleolithic. This is our grandfather of all ages, the Old Stone Age. Palaios lithos is ancient Greek for ancient stone. It was so long that it was also divided into 3 parts: Old, Middle, and New Stone. Simply a kingdom of stone. Then comes the Mesolithic. Imagine it as a kind of interim, a transitional period. Neither fish nor fowl, meaning neither the old stone nor the completely new one. But the Neolithic is already the New Stone Age. This is where the most interesting part begins. The so-called Neolithic Revolution occurs, and the first true civilizations are born. It's like an upgrade from a feature phone to a smartphone. Eneolithic. This is the Copper Stone Age. The word Eneos is Greek for copper. During this time, our ancestors had already mastered copper, but stone was still in use. It's like having a brand new gaming PC, but occasionally still playing on your old console. Then comes the Bronze Age, when all the coolest things, weapons, tools, jewelry, were made of bronze. And after that, try to guess, the Iron Age. Yes, because iron became the main material. And here's the funny thing. Stone tools proved to be so enduring that they haven't been completely abandoned even now. For example, the most precise eye surgeries are performed using flint scalpels. A modern scalpel, of course, doesn't look like the crude axe from the Paleolithic, but essentially, they are relatives. Such is the historical echo. Of course, all these divisions are somewhat arbitrary, but without them, we would simply get lost in the river of time. It's like a map that helps us not drown in the vast ocean of the past. Why is it so important what these tools were made of? Because they are not just sticks and stones. Tools are about collective labor. Imagine, someone sourced the flint, someone processed it, someone made the shaft for the spear. And then this whole creative team, your kin or tribe, goes hunting. And there they are, armed to the teeth, defeating the prey. Then the prey needs to be dragged back to the camp, honestly divided, cooked and part of it preserved. All of this requires teamwork. It was thanks to this cooperation that people learned to interact and build social relationships. So, when I say Stone Age, there were scrapers, needles, knives. It's not just about boring ancient metal bits. It's about how our great-great-great-grandparents lived, how they built their world, their families, their tribes. Every such axe, knife, harpoon, it's not just an object. It's a trace of life. It's a part of a huge history. Imagine, 1,000,000 years from now, future archaeologists will be studying us through our smartphones and the microphones I'm addressing you with now. My microphone and the internet are our tools that shape our social relationships. The appearance of the stone axe was a revolution, no less, and perhaps even greater than the invention of the internet in our time. There you have it. Let's quickly run through the schedule. Paleolithic, Old Stone Age. Starts approximately 3 million years BC and lasts until 10,000 years BC. The boundaries are, of course, approximate, as who was running around with clocks back then? Mesolithic, somewhere from 10,000 to 8,000 to 7,000 years BC. Neolithic, New Stone Age. From 8,000 to 7,000 to 5,000 to 4,000 years BC. Eneolithic, Copper Stone Age. From 5,000 to 4,000 to 4,000 to 3,000 years BC. Bronze Age, from 4,000 to 3,000 to 2,000 years BC. Iron Age, approximately from 1,000 BC. The Paleolithic is the single longest period in human history. If you draw a timeline, all the rest of civilization would simply get lost against the backdrop of this giant. Over this enormous time, man formed into what he is. Our direct ancestors, who lived by the end of the Stone Age, looked like us, were as intelligent as us, and could do so much with their hands that we, modern city dwellers, can only dream of. So, how did we appear? We are Homo, which is man in Latin. You and I are Homo sapiens sapientissimus, which means wisest rational man. Frankly, it sounds proud. And there are no doubts here. Man evolved from an ape through evolution. This is not someone's opinion. It is a scientific fact. Our distant ancestors are primates. A long time ago, there were cute little apes called proconsuls. From them came the Dryopithecus, 12 to 9 million years ago. And from the Dryopithecus, the Australopithecus, southern man-ape. This whole story unfolded in Africa. Australopithecus is already almost a real human. It lived approximately 4 to 2 million years ago. And the main thing is, it was already able to walk on 2 legs, i.e., scientifically, it had the capacity for bipedalism. Its hands were freed and it could grab, break, and sharpen sticks with them. It's like when you finally bought an electric scooter and you can ride while your hands are free for popcorn. Australopithecus were the first to start using primitive tools. Modern chimpanzees and gorillas, by the way, can also use tools. For example, smashing nuts with stones. But that's not quite it yet. A true tool is an object specially manufactured to change nature to suit oneself. So, the Australopithecus began splitting stones. Why stones when there's so much wood around? Stone is stronger, you can hit harder with it, and it doesn't break as quickly. Try to break a coconut with a stick. It's hard. But with a stone, easy. And you can save that stone for the next coconut. That's how the Stone Age began. There is a stunning Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania. Human ancestors lived there, named Homo habilis, handyman. And it's not just a nickname. It was there that the first truly manufactured tools were found. From this moment begins the history of man as we know him. So who are we? We are primates, that is, animals. Don't be offended, but that's what we are. But we are not just animals. We are special. 1. Animal. Well, that's clear. 2. Upright walking. Bipedal. We walk on 2 legs, and our hands are free for tasks. 3. Speaking. We can chatter coherently, conveying complex thoughts, like I am now. 4. Laboring. We don't just use nature, we change it to suit ourselves. 5. Social. We cannot live alone. We are social beings. We, Homo sapiens, and all our ancestors appeared only thanks to society. After all, we are weak without claws, fangs, and speed.
Look at you. You're gonna grow into a great predator. Huh. I don't think so. What you got? You got a little patch of fur? No fangs, no claws. Your folds of skin wrapped in mush. What's so threatening about you?
Only together in a large collective could we survive, protect ourselves from predators and leave offspring. Society is our superpower. How are these ancient gadgets made? People quickly realize that not all stones are equally useful. Granite is strong, but you can barely split it. But flint or nephrite are brittle and give sharp edges when split. Ideal for axes and knives. Initially, they took an ordinary pebble and hit it with another pebble. The goal was to split it in half to get a sharp edge. Then that edge was refined. This resulted in a chopper, the first primitive knife. Imagine how cool that is. Instead of scraping the skin off an animal for hours with your fingernails or a random stick, you have a real sharp knife. This greatly accelerated food processing and allowed for more protein intake. And that means more children were born and survived, and collectives grew. That's how the triumphal march of the genus Homo across the planet Earth began. Because now our ancestors could not just run away from wild beasts, but fight them off. An armed collective could handle a bear and a cave lion. Well, friends, we will continue to follow the adventures of our distant ancestors. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon.